Shalom and Happy New Year to those of you in covenant with the Most High Yah. Today I'd like to come to you and tell you why the Creator is going to destroy most of you, those that are not in covenant with Him. Today I'd like to start out by reading Hosea 4:6. And we'll take a look here at Hosea 4:6. Let's get a good understanding of what this verse is saying. We'll start here in 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you as my priest. Now let's find out why he's going to why they're going to be destroyed. Since you have forgotten the law of your God. This is the Most High Yah. I will also forget your children. The first thing I want you to take notice, here in Bible Hub, we can actually click on this link here, the law, and it'll tell us what this law is that he says that we forgot all about. We just stopped obeying it. Some Christians refer to it as hanging it on a cross. They don't no longer have to obey it. But let's take a closer look and see what the law roots down to, and see if we can find out what Yah is referring to. What laws is he talking about that these people forgot? When we root this word down, it roots down into Strong's 8451. This word is Torah. So these are the laws that Yah says people forgot, and that's why he's going to destroy them. So are you one of the people that has forgotten this law, or has it came back into your remembrance? I know many of you, the ones that I collaborate with on Facebook, many of you have come back into covenant with these laws, with the Most High, because we want to escape the wrath that he's bringing. You see, he's the one that's going to be doing the destroying. He's the one sends the four horsemen. But now that we, direction, instruction, and law, these are the words that describe Torah. You see here, my statutes and my laws, my statutes and my laws. He's saying my 10 commandments and my laws, not just the 10 commandments. See here, there's an and in between here. So this is defining two different things. My commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So, and we can see that this word, instructions, law, ruling, teachings. I actually haven't rooted this down, but let's take a look at what the root word of this is. We get the yara, to throw, shoot. Archers, cast them down, direct, instruct, laid, point, rain, shoot through, teachings, throws, waters. The Torah is the fountain of life. If you follow the Torah, you become enlightened. Dad starts down, I call him Dad. He says, don't call anybody else on earth Father but me, but I understand that Dad is a whole lot better word, and I'll show you that later on in this video. We see here the last part of the word Torah is Ora, which means light, which means enlightened. So when you start obeying the Torah, you start becoming enlightened. Dad starts downloading into you the truth, so that you can see through the lies that Satan has orchestrated since the Garden of Eden. All your upper officials, presidents, vice presidents, they all work for Satan. And they've all tried to hide the true Sabbath from you and the laws. If they could hide the laws from you, you're lawless because you don't even know what sin is. How can you not sin if you don't know what sin is? So as long as they hid the Torah from you and the doorway into the kingdom, they had you. Just follow man's laws and you'll be just fine. That's what they want you to believe. But we better move on. We got a lot to cover, but let's read here in Revelation. We know that the laws, Dad says that he's going to destroy people, is his Torah that people forgot. So that's plain as the nose on your face. Let's read. Let's see how people are going to be destroyed. Let's just see what's going to destroy people. Wonder. We'll go up here and read Revelation 13:18. It says here, this calls for wisdom. I'd say that's knowledge. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And we're going to stop right here. Right here is our first clue. He says, it is the number of a man. Well, what is the number of man? Well, it's the number 6. Man was created on the 6th day, and you can see here it's just a 666. It's just man. It's telling you 3 times that it's the number of man. So that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of its name. So we know that it's the number of man, the beast, or the number. So let's see if we can figure out what this number is. Does it look like this, I wonder, like a 6? Or maybe we could take it back into the original Hebrew language, start rooting it back in there, and see if we can figure out what this 6 really is. Now, let's take a look at what wisdom is. What is wisdom? The dictionary says the quality of having an experience, knowledge. See, wisdom and knowledge go hand in hand. We see in this word knowledge, we see knowledge. See right here, knowledge. See, when you don't have a ledge, you can walk on water. So if you got knowledge, you can walk on water. Know the edge. See, I know where the edge is because once you know what sin is, you know not to step over that edge and sin. And good judgment, the quality of being wise. See the word wise here in wisdom? They just got a hidden E right here that you can't see, but this is why this is in here. We see here that intelligent, understanding, insight. Here again we see knowledge, learning, scholarship, philosophy. So we need this in order not to be destroyed, Dad says. He says from people having lack of wisdom, they'll be destroyed. So once you understand that everything is coded in numbers, you'll understand that Gematria plays a huge important role in deciphering text, especially words. But let's take a look here at the word wisdom in Gematria, and we see the letters here equal the numbers, and we get a total of 83. We also see 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 is a representation of the 2 paths. That is Jacob and Boaz. Which path are you on? Both paths lead somewhere. One leads up, one leads down. But we see here that it's 83. Now, Dad has shown me that we can cross-reference this Gematria into the Strong's Concordance. They're supernaturally linked together, but we see the word 83 is Eber, and it means pinions. So now we've tracked wisdom down to this word pinions. And this word pinions actually means wings. So with wisdom, you can earn your wings, you see. See, we're going to get to fly. We're going to have wings. We notice over here in some of the text through in Psalms 58:6 that I had wings like a dove. They mount up with wings like eagles. See, once you obtain knowledge and wisdom of the Torah and start obeying the Torah, then you get wisdom and knowledge. You don't get one without the other. You don't eat pork and swine and celebrate Christmas and pagan holidays like Easter and get wisdom. You get a strong delusion instead. See, you either get the blessing or the curse. The blessing is if you're obedient, you get the blessing. If you're disobedient, you get the curse. You get blinded even more than what you are. But we'll root this word on down and we see from the same as aber. See, I'm going to show you here that vowels are wild. Once you understand that vowels are wild in the English language, you can see hidden meanings in the words by the spelling of the wizards and warlocks that created the words that you speak. We see that this word roots on down to fly. See, we're going to be able to fly. One thing a human always wants to do is fly. That's why you see angels with wings and things like that. That'll be one of the rewards that we get, is to be able to fly. And fly to safety, more importantly. But we see here this word is A-B-A-R, and then we'll go back and it roots back to the same word as Strong's 83, which is E-B-E-R. See, the vowels change. The R and the B, they're consonants. They stay constant. The vowels are always changing. You go back and learn who Amun-Ra is. There's like 3 or 4 different spellings of his name. All of them maintain the same consonants, and the vowels are always changing. But let's move on down. We'll get a better idea of what these pinions are. Pinion, the outer part of a bird's wing, including the flight feathers. The reason that I think Dad wanted me to make this video is I've been noticing these birds flying around, at my house and my mom's house, and when they got their wings outstretched, it looks like fingers on the end of their wings. And I've been noticing that. In fact, I mentioned it to a buddy of mine, but it's those finger-looking things on the end of the bird. Now, we also see the word pin. See, everything has above and a below meaning. They have a spiritual and a physical meaning. They have a good and a negative meaning. But this word can mean a good thing, to fly and escape, or to be pinned down in a pen, like a pig pen. It could mean tie or hold the arms or legs of someone. This is when they're going to come around and give you the JAB. They're going to pin you down and give you the mark of the beast because you have no protection, because you haven't been obeying the law. The one Dad says that you forgot, that your ancestors forgot. And we see here another meaning, cut off the pinion of a wing or bird to prevent flight. See, all Dad's angels got their wings clipped, and they couldn't fly no more, so they were trapped here on earth with the evil one. Maybe by some fault of our own, who knows. But we see here that pinion either means wings, either to have wings to be able to fly, or to have your wings clipped to where you can't fly. Now let's go on down and take a look at, we're going to talk about the number of man, the number of the beast. We see here in Hebrew, the modern Hebrew, we see The sixth letter in the Hebrew alphabet is called the Hebrew Vav. Now, in here, I want you to notice that they give you two spellings of it. We got a V-A-V, and we also have a W-A-W. What I want you to take notice is this W is just two V's. So really, this is V-V-A-V-V. Or this is 66166. This one is 616. VAV. The A is 1, the V is 6. Is the sixth letter of the Semitic abjads, including the Phoenician Wav, Aramaic Wav, the Hebrew Wav. It's the sixth. It's the sixth. See it down here. Position in alphabet 6. This is very important. So now we know the number of man is 6, and it also equals the Vav, the V. The V is a point that is pointing down to the grave, down to Sheol. So you don't want this mark on you, because if it does, when the reapers come around and they see this on you, they say, oh, he's going in the grave. We know which way he's going. So this is the mark of the beast, and when you see it in your Hollywood movies like Wonder Woman, she's got it on top of her head. You got Lady Gaga born this way. She's got the upside down pyramid. That's really what that is. You want the right side up pyramid pointing up. You want to go up, not down. So we know that it's a 6, so let's move on. This is Avatar. I found this interesting, but here's the movie Avatar. You can think of these people as the one that has taken the JAB. See how they're kind of blue? They don't have the red blood in them. They're kind of blue-blooded, if you know what I mean. But let's, even on this little, my son used to collect these Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever, the Last Airbender. Notice this arrow on his head is pointing down. That's so the reapers will know that what to do with this one. Notice here on his face, he has the Vav on his forehead right here. They're showing you the mark of the beast, but most of you's too blind to see. Even here on her forehead, it's disguised in this headgear that she's got on. You see it here on his forehead. These people have been marked for death, is what this means. Notice in the Avatar, across the A here, they even have the Vav here in the A. But these, they're showing you the mark of the beast right here. And here in this logo, you see the Vav here. See the wings. When you see these wings, if these wings are outstretched like this is falling. When your arms are, if you're falling off a cliff, it's naturally that your arms go back and your feet go down. So this is symbolic of falling. When you look at the pyramid pointing up, you think of the wings as creating force underneath them, like you're flapping to go up. So you bring your upper wings down, which forces air and forces you in an upward position. But you can see down through here, they're showing you the mark of the beast here. I just found that interesting. Now let's go look at, in this word, okay, I'm going to take you into Photoshop. I think this may be a first time me doing this, but we're going to take a look at this word wisdom and see why the speller or the warlock chose these letters to form this word wisdom. Why did he choose this symbol here, this symbol, this letter, this symbol, this letter, this letter? And as we do, I want you to think of a saying known through the Illuminati circles as above, so below. We're going to see what we can see just by, this word is scrambled, and we have to unscramble it to see what the meaning of this word is. The first thing I want you to see is I showed you that valves are wild. So We see W-I, which could be we, S-I-C-S-O-D-O-M. We see Sodom. You mean like Sodom and Gomorrah? Wow. So if we seen Sodom, we would know to get out of it, right? If you see the burglar coming, you can kind of prepare for him. But if you don't know he's coming, you might get caught off guard. So that's a good thing. We can see Sodom. See, we know that we're all living in Babylon right now. We're living in Sodom. But by following the Torah is our way out of Sodom. It's our protection within Sodom. So we see the word Sodom here. Let's see if we can see anything else. We see we, W-I-S-I, we see dome. See if we put an E on the end of this. This means we see dome. I wonder what that means. See, back in early history, before NASA scientists and all them come in, Dad said nobody could even measure the circumference of the earth and the stars, and here NASA says they've got it all figured out. Well, let's take a look at what the ancient Hebrews, what their conception of the world looked like. If we'd never heard of NASA, what would everybody think the world looked like? Well, you can kind of see here that this is more of an accurate depiction of our earth that we live on. Scripture says it's immovable and cannot be moved, but yet Satan says it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour, so somebody's lying. One of them's lying, that's for sure. One's saying one thing and one's saying another. But we see here that this is a really good depiction of, we got waters above, and then we got Yah that sits right here above the waters. He looks down on us like we're grasshoppers down here, he says. So this is the biblical description of the earth. You can choose to believe NASA if you want to, even in Hebrew that NASA means deceive. So if you want to believe the deceiver, Satan, then your earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour and you're living in complete chaos, spinning through the universe out of control. You're in chaos. But see, I live on a stable earth. The earth I live, my reality is on an earth that is immovable. Dad describes it well to me in the book, in our instructions. But I just wanted to show you that. If any of y'all are still on the globe earth spinning 1,000 miles an hour, y'all better hold on, because it's getting ready. Your world is getting ready to be a wild ride. Everybody in the light, in the Torah, in the Aura, is going to be on a still peak. We'll be laying beside still waters while your world is spinning 1,000 miles an hour. But let's go back to this word wisdom and see what we can see in it. Maybe there's more stuff in here that we hadn't seen. Now, the first thing Dad showed me in here is, we know that second verse says that the number of the beast is 666. 3 of them. Let's see if we can find 666 in the word wisdom. Let's see here. Whoa, there's a Vav. Let's see if we can find another Vav. Let's see. Oh, not that one. Oh, right here's one. There's another Vav. And let's see if we can find one more. Hey, that would be, wouldn't that be 6, 6? Let's see if we can find one more. Maybe there's a 6 hiding something. Hey, look here. I-C-E-E see 666. How about that? Right there in the word wisdom. See, in the word wisdom, it was evil people that created this word. Dad didn't create this word. Jesuits did. So we see the three vowels here hiding in wisdom. So Dad says it takes wisdom to see those 3 6s. He says, in fact, maybe like insight. So we see the mark of the beast here in the word wisdom. Notice this W-I here. Notice in the word wicked. See, you have W-I. W-I in wizard. You see. Wi-Fi. Think about Wi-Fi. So we're going to talk more about this, but we do see the 3 vowels here hiding in the word wisdom. Dad says you got to have insight to see that. Wonder who gave me insight to see that. Let's see what else we can find. I thought there was a couple more things I wanted to show you in here. I kept looking at this. We also see the word wise right here, W-I-S-E, and we see dumb. There's dumb. So we got wise and dumb. Wise, dumb. We wise see the dumb. See, we see the dummies. The ones that's been indoctrinated by man's indoctrinations. Man's religion. Science. Whoa. There's a religion for you, science. But after closer observing this, doom. See, you put another O right here and we see doom. See, we see doom coming. Now here's something that if many of y'all seen my other videos, I've told you who the beast is. And we're going to see this word dom. Let's see if we can find out anything about that. What did I do with that? Was it back here? It's going to take me a second. There's something I really want to show you guys. But what did I do with it? Where did it go? Wow. Very important. I wanted to show you that. I thought it was in here. I haven't clicked on none of these links, so it couldn't be there. Yeah, here we go. Oh, here we go. Ta-da, Dad. That means thank you, Dad. But we get on down here and we're looking at this word wisdom. We know it's knowledge. We get on down through here, and one thing I want you to notice how less it's used. From the 1800s, man, we dropped way down from just the usage of this word wisdom. Maybe our wisdom dropped as it was the use of the word dropped. But we see here Old English wisdom. We see wise and dom. Why? It's comprised, it looks like here, of 2 words. Now, let's take a look at this D-O-M. This word, we go down through here and we see damned. See right here, the damned. See those that are damned. See that? So we'll go down here and it says a title prefix to the names of some Roman Catholic dignitaries and Benedictine and Carthusian monks. And then down here in Portuguese, it actually means dawn. Can you believe that? Like Donald Trump? You know, dawn means world ruler. And many of you know that I've told you who the beast is. Now we see here dawn right here, and see underneath here Dan. See how the vowel changed to an A? See, we know the Antichrist comes from the tribe of Dan. Isn't that special? And we know Donald Trump comes from the tribe of Dan. Maybe just a coincidence. But you can see here a Spanish title prefix to a male forename. Don. Spaniard, Don, plural Dons. High-ranking member of the mafia. How about that? Ain't that nice? We all know the mafia is really running things, don't we? I mean, it's really the crime industry, isn't it? Isn't that really who Biden and Trump and all of them work for? Is the mafia? Let's be honest here. And I'm gonna be working on a video in the next few days talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls, the War Scrolls, and you're gonna learn who your real enemies are. It's your leaders, but you're going to learn who they are in biblical times, who their ancestors are. These are the servants of Baal or Belial. We'll just call him short for Baal, like Yah's enemy, my dad's enemy. That's who we're talking about. But let's go back and look at, now that we know Dom or Dumb means dawn. Now let's go back and see here, this M right here is really two mirrored images. If we cut this M in half right here, really it's two ends mirrored together with an invisible line here. So really this is I see dawn. Wisdom. So we know the M can be an N now. So we see dawn. The wise, the wizards, all of them, they know that dawn is the one they all been waiting for. He just stepped out of the picture for a little while. He gets to come back and rule for a short period of time, Scripture says. Scripture says, so all you Trump fans out there, don't you worry. He's going to come back and rule for just a short period of time. Probably once everybody has been activated that's took the JAB. I'd say that's when he'll probably come back on the scene, because he'll be able to speak directly into their minds through the programmable matter. He's turned the people that's took the JAB into wireless routers. Isn't that sweet? You get free Wi-Fi from Donald Trump. But gonna be some exciting times. But we see here, and I even, after Dad showed me that dumb means dawn, he's the dumb one, the damned one, the one damned to destruction. But let's just put Dawn in here and see what he looks like. Well, there he is. Look, there's Donald Trump showing you the Hebrew Vav right here. See it? See, he's showing you the number 6. He's saying, I am 6. I am the Hebrew Vav. I am the one doomed for Sheol. Straight down. See, he's showing you which way he's going. So, all you people that this man deceived, Scripture told you that the Antichrist, the beast, was going to come and deceive everybody, and y'all fell hook, line, and sinker. After, with a pre-warning from Scripture, you wasn't watching for him to show up on the scene. This guy, man, he's as evil as they come. You just don't know. You know a little bit. You know Jeffrey Epstein's his big buddy, his neighbor. You know all them people's friends. These are all from the same tribe. He's from Dan. So all these people, these are Cainites. These are descendants of Cain. Don't matter if you like Trump or Biden, who it is. These people are all related. They're working together. He's showing you the number 6. Now, as we move on, the most important letter or character in this word is this old D right here. Almost right in the middle. This S means see. If you spell the word S-E-E, the 2 E's are vowels, so the only consonant, the root, is S. So S represents see. So see the D. Do you see the D right here? As this is the doorway into the kingdom. The D represents the door. And we'll take a look at, is this the, might be right here. This is the Hebrew Dalet. it is the fourth letter in your English language, and also the fourth letter in the abjad. So it stayed a number 4. 4 is like forever, or the one that forgives you, or the one that can forsake you. But we see here that the fourth letter of the Hebrew alphabet is called the Dalet, pronounced Dalet, and has the sound of D as in door. So we see here that the D is a representative of the door. The D, note here, like the Gimel, Dalet can also have a dot in the middle of the letter called the Dagesh mark, but this does not affect its pronunciation. With or without the dot, it is still pronounced as a D, as in door. Historically, Dalet without the dot was pronounced th. This was the confusion that was coming on. But this is the symbol I want you to take close attention to. It's changed throughout history, but this is called the delta, and it's an upward triangle pointing up, where most of us want to go. We want to go up. We don't want to go in the grave. And we see here the letter Dalet is the fourth letter of the alphabet, having the numeric value of 4. The pictograph that looks something like a closed hanging tent door. Now notice the Indian tent doors were triangles. If you pull the flap back, the Indian tent door was a triangle. Whereas the classical Hebrew script is constructed of 2 lines at the corner for an overhang called an ear. The bent shape of the Dalet symbolizes a needy person who is bent over. The word Dalet comes from Dalet, which means to draw out or impoverish, and the word Dalut means poor or impoverished. Dalet's ear is said to be listening to the Gematria Chazidim of the approaching Gimel. We see here the mysteries of the Dalet. The Dalet represents lowliness, like meekness. Dad says the meek inherit the earth. He says we inherit the earth. So where's all the Christians going during the rapture? They better ask themselves. The raptors are coming to do the rapture. Dalet represents lowliness and the consciousness of possessing nothing of one's own. Once you understand who Dad is, you realize you don't own nothing. That car you think you own, that house you think you own, you don't own nothing, my friend. And you're going to soon learn that. When you got to walk away from everything you've saved and earned for, and you got to walk out that front door and leave it sitting there, you'll know then that you didn't own nothing. As a door, Dalet also symbolically represents the choice to open ourselves to the hope of our dreams, or to remain closed off and alienating. See, a door is twofold. An open door is a good thing, but a closed door is a bad thing. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink of coffee. So, the corner point represents the concept of piddle, or spiritual self-nullification. You become meek, is what they're saying. Practice of biddle leads to humility, the doorway to Yah's house. Once you become humble and realize you're no better than everybody, nobody's better than anybody else, we're all just servants of the Most High, who I call Dad, which is obtained by the technique known as devakut, cleaving or clinging to Yah. See, every day I talk to Dad. I talk to him, have mercy, Dad, be with me, explain this to me. Just talk to him throughout the day, Most people think about him once a week when they go to Sunday worship and spend an hour with him, letting a man's opinion be taught to them. It don't work that way, people. It don't work that way. He says, and notice yourself here, it says represents the choice to open ourselves to the hope and dreams. See, Dad says there's nothing that you'll ask for that he won't give to you. But you got to pass the test first. You don't get it until you pass the test. You get your graduation papers when you graduate, not before. So, I would encourage you guys to study the Dalet, as it means the door on the eye. It opens your eyes up so that you can see. I can see that we've been lied to. These people that are over our schools, our hospitals, our government, every one of them is there to deceive you. Everything from the laws that you keep to the words you speak have been created to bring you down, not to build you up. They have dumbed you down. They've lingered the gold carrot in front of most of you, and you've took it hook, line, and sinker. The big house, the nice car, those things. Those are your idols now. Those are your gods now. I just hope they can save you. It says here the Dalet and the Torah. Isn't that coincidental that these two kind of run neck and neck together? There are 4 letters to the name of Yah, Y-A-H-U, more than likely, just as there are 4 components to the text of Torah, including the Odiote letters, the 22 medieval and 5 forms, middle and 5 forms of the Hebrew consonants, the vowel marks, the crowns, which are called the Shatnegets or something like that. You can study about these. Marks for chanting the Torah, the Talmud. Marks for chanting the Torah. So we see that the Torah, very special to Dad. That's his laws. If we had followed the Torah, we'd all be living in the Garden of Eden right now. But we allowed sin to multiply. When they showed the homosexuals on TV, we didn't say anything. We sit there and became passive. But definitely study the Dalet, as it is the doorway, it is the pyramid, it is the all-seeing eye into the kingdom. The doorway to the eye. Think about the all-seeing eye. The elite used it as a bad thing, but it's a good symbol. And that's the symbol you want to have on your forehead, because it's pointing up for safety. Stay above ground, not below ground. One thing I found interesting that I thought you guys might find interesting, if you Google the sigil of God, this is the seal of, they say, God. And it could be, I don't know yet, I'm still studying. It could be what they've had hidden. See, Yah has a seal or a mark, and Satan has a seal or mark. I've showed you Satan's mark. Someday soon you'll get to see everybody walking around with a V on their head, because they've took the, you know what? You know what I'm saying? V represents vex a nation. You know what a vex a nation is, don't you? It's like perplex a nation, or cause horrific things to happen to a nation, like take the peace out of it. It's hard to have peace when you got sores all over your body, herpes sores all over your face and your eyes, and it's going to be pretty horrific. I don't see many of those people enjoying any peace at all. But this is an odd symbol here to say that, look how perplexed this symbol is. I'm going to show you a few things about this symbol that Dad pointed out to me. Right here in the very middle of this is a 3-dimensional pyramid. This is like the outer point. If you take a pyramid and make it 3-dimensional, we see the pyramid here in the middle, which is the doorway into the kingdom. I know that. Dad says the reason they can't figure out how the pyramids are built, because he built them. Do you think they can figure out how to build the pyramids? But we see here, we see the Dalet here at the top, but we see several, and we notice none of them are actually pointing down. This is a 7-pointed star, which is very unique in its construction. But I think after reading some, these may be angels these names right here could be angels. But we know that the Sabbath is a covenant made between us and the Most High. He says, keep the fourth commandment, and I'll protect you. You know, so most people don't think it's important, but I do. He said to keep it. He said, in fact, he said to remember it. Remembering means don't forget it. You know, so I'm kind of on board with keeping the Sabbath. But let's take a look here at the top point of this star here. We see S-A-B-A-T-H. And then we have something right here. Some kind of symbol. But isn't that odd? Sabbath. It's almost like this is the pit down here, and the Sabbath is a protection layer to keep you out of the pit. And I noticed here in the middle of this star, it almost looks like the word Leviathan. And we see the word El here, which stands for God in Hebrew. So is this the God of the pit right here? And notice the Christian cross right here. Or should I say the Jesuit cross? Or should I say the Viking cross? Or should I say the cross of Dan? Would that be more better? Would that be a closer description of it, maybe? Maybe the cross of Constantine. You know, Constantine liked the cross too. You know, most pagans do. See, they can hang the laws on these old crosses right here, and they don't have to obey anymore. They don't have to listen to the Most High. I mean, he's just the creator, you know. But they don't have to listen. They can be the law unto themselves. That's what they'll do. They'll just make a law unto themselves. They'll make themselves gods. You know, we don't think why does bacon taste so good if we can't eat it? That's the mentality. Y'all made it taste good so it would be a temptation to you. If you can reject it, you're a man. If you can't, then you're going to go in the pit. But I thought this was interesting. I encourage you guys to look at that. My next video, I think, will be on the Dead Sea Scrolls, the War Scrolls. Really talks about who the two people that's going to be fighting together are and how the battle, you know, who wins the battle. I think the bad guys win 3 wars, we win 3, and then Dad steps in right at the final hour, buddy, and takes us, you know, gives us our victory. That's what we're looking for. But Happy New Year to you. Today is Abib, the first day of the year, day 1. 14 days from today, we'll have Passover. This is when the Israelites marked their doorpost, and Dad sent the death angel out, man, and he wreaked havoc. Could it be this Passover? I don't know. Could be. Sounds like back then, that's when the reapers come and done what they needed to do. And could this Passover be when the reapers come back? I don't know. It's possible. It is possible. Shalom to all you people in the covenant with the truth. I encourage you at this last hour that you make a decision. Get off the fence right now. Get on one side or the other. Call on his true names, worship his true laws, and ask him to spare you from his wrath, because it is not going to be pleasant. It's going to, in fact, he says it's never been a time on earth like it. So it's going to be very entertaining. I can promise you that. You guys in covenant, stay strong, and shalom.